the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures.
So here, Lord Krishna is introducing those people who are worshipping the devatas. First he tells why they are worshipping the devatas. So that is what is indicated by Lord Krishna here. Kama is te jnana. Their knowledge actually has been bewildered by their material desires. Because their heart is overwhelmed by so many material desires, they become so foolish that they forgot about who the Supreme Lord is, who the Devatas are. They actually consider the Devatas and Lord Vishnu are both are same only. And they say that what is the need to surrender to Lord Vishnu? Let us surrender to Devatas, because scriptures are saying that if you want to have good health, surrender to Shiva, Lord Surya. If you want to have a good wife, surrender to Uma. If you want to have good bodily strength, surrender to this Devata, that Devata, like that. The scriptures are telling that. Tam tam niyama mastaya, following their own rules and their self-made rules and regulations, according to their own individual nature, they worship different Devatas instead of worshipping me. So Lord Krishna told, even with desires, if they come to me, I'll call them Udara. But if they go to other Devatas, I call them as Kritajnana, whose intelligence has been bewildered by their material desires. So this is how Lord Krishna distinguishes them from his own devotees. They having no intelligence, for they think that the Devatas like Surya will give immediate relief from afflictions like sickness, whereas Vishnu will not give immediately. And hence they surrender to the Devatas instead of surrendering to Lord Vishnu. They thus worship the Devatas following particular rules controlled by their own individual impressions. According to their individual understanding, they follow so and so rules and they worship the Devatas for fulfilling their desires. They are under the control of their own natures, which are corrupted, and hence they become averse to surrender to Lord Vishnu. Because they have taken shelter of so-called scriptures which promote worship this Devata, you will get this kind of fulfillment of desire, and worship this Devata, you get fulfillment of this kind of desire. So like that the scriptures are telling, they understand that is to be like ultimate goal, and then they worship those Devatas according to their own self-made rules, and then finally they become averse to surrender to Supreme Lord. Because they say that what Vishnu will give, Vishnu will not fulfill any desire. There is no point in worshipping Vishnu. We'll only worship Devatas because they are very merciful. They will fulfill my desires very easily and very quickly. This is like Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna told in the second chapter. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipachita vedavada rata partha nanasastiti vadina. Bhogaishwarya gatim pratim. Like that. That were two verses Lord Krishna tells that Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipaschita. The less intelligent people, those who hear only the flowery words of the Vedas, being attracted by those flowery words of the Vedas, they actually worship different variety of devatas for the fulfillment of their temporary material desires. The same concept is indicated herein. So these are the other set of people who are neither completely atheists nor completely devotees. They are in between. They are thieves, but they had more faith in the devatas instead of Lord Vishnu. So then Arjuna says that you should not say that the Devata pleased with being worshipped will produce faith in worshipping the Supreme Lord in order to give benefit of the worshipper. So Arjuna is saying that okay. So when the people surrender to Devatas, when they worship the Devatas, so will the Devatas give faith upon you? Will Devatas direct them to you? Will Devatas send those devotees who are only anchoring for material desires, will send them to Lord Vishnu? As those Devatas cannot even produce the faith in their own followers to worship the Devatas, then how can they produce faith in their own followers to worship me? This Lord Krishna is answering. The Devatas cannot even produce faith in the people upon themselves about worship of the Devatas. Then how can they give faith in me for their worshipper? It is not at all possible. Then Arjuna asks, then who is giving them the faith in various Devatas? Who is that person giving faith in the worshippers of Devatas about their worship in Devatas? So this is kind of a dialogue going between Krishna and Arjuna. And now Lord Krishna gives the response. Who actually giving the faith in people like us about faith in the Devatas to worship the Devatas? Who gives them the faith in various Devatas? Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta shraddhaya architum ichchati tasya tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadamyaham.
I am in everyone's heart as a super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity.
So here Lord Krishna indicates that what to speak of Devatas giving faith upon their worshippers unto me, to the Supreme Lord Vishnu, the Devatas cannot even give faith to their followers to worship themselves, to worship the Devatas. Even for a common person to develop faith upon Devatas, that faith also is given by me. Because it is me who is situated in every living entity as their Paramatma. When people want to fulfill their desires, I, as Paramatma, direct them to various Devatas. The Devatas can never direct anybody to surrender to themselves. Because it is I who give the scriptures to them. It is I who give them the understanding of these scriptures that if you worship this Devata, your this kind of desire will be fulfilled. If you worship that Devata, your this kind of desire will be fulfilled, etc. etc. So this faith is actually given by me, who is actually a Paramatma in each and every living entity. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktya shraddhayarthumichati tasya tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidamaham. That faith in each and every practitioner of different Devatas is actually given by me only, not the Devatas. When they desire to worship Devata forms, different Devata forms, Surya, Chandra, Durga, Shiva, Brahma, Ganesh, Kartikeya, etc., which are actually my forms. All these different Devatas are actually, in one sense, they are actually my different vibhutis and they are actually my different body limbs. Bhagavatam talks about all the Devatas as different body limbs of his own Virat Rupa. Bhagavatam says, Lord Brahma is my intelligence, Chandra is my mind, Surya is my eye, Lord Shiva is my Ahankara, and Durga Devi is my shadow, and Indra is my hands, Upendra are my legs, and Varuna is my tongue, Agni is my mouth, and Vayu is my skin. Like that, in various ways, Lord describes what are the different limbs, what are the different devatas with respect to his different body limbs. So, like that, here Lord Krishna is indicating that when the common people desire to worship any devata, which are actually my bodily limbs, since they are also my vibhutis, I, as Paramatma, give the faith in those forms of devatas to those people who want to worship those particular devata. The devatas do not have the power to give them the faith. The devatas can never give faith to their own worshippers. The faith is actually given by Paramatma, Supreme Lord Vishnu alone. The devatas themselves will never give any faith to their own worshippers. And devatas also will not direct their devotees to Lord Vishnu. Everything is actually given by Paramatma. Directly, he might inspire from the within the heart, or Paramatma might inspire them by revealing some understanding from Vedic literatures. They may get to read some scriptures and understand that, okay, in order to fulfill this desire, let me worship this devata. So these facilities are these kind of special opportunities are given by Paramatma alone, not by their respect to devatas. That's what Lord Krishna is indicated here.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, can sadhu, sant, devotees can also give faith? Like we say, Vaishnavanam Yada Shambhu.
Ah.
So, Shiv, as a sadhu, as a devotee of Krishna, can give faith to other devotees?
If we approach Lord Shiva in that understanding, Lord Shiva is best of all devotees, then Lord Shiva definitely give us bhakti. But if we approach Lord Shiva only to get fulfillment of a desire to have a good wife like Uma, then Lord Shiva only fulfill the desire. He will not give bhakti to such kind of people. If somebody approaches Lord Shiva only with a desire to get wealth, Lord Shiva will only give the wealth. Because even person also has no knowledge, na? He does not know that Shiva is a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Then how can he ask for devotional service?
No. But in that case, if we approach them, they can certainly do that.
Yeah. If this understanding, if we understand that Lord Shiva is the best devotee of the Supreme Lord, if we approach Lord Shiva as one of the devotee of Supreme Lord, they definitely give us bhakti unto us.
Thank you.
With what mentality we are approaching devatas will determine our goal, our destiny.
Prabhuji?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, earlier we all were like worshipping demigods, and like I think everybody is doing that, and now we are directed to worship to Krishna only. So who like in matlab who inspired that?
क्लास वाले खाइए सर जी 10 मिनट
Sorry, what is that last
Hello?
line?
So who inspired us? Like Prabhuji, earlier we were worshipping demigods only, and now we are like in Krishna consciousness, and we are like we want to worship only Krishna. So how like it is?
So now you
Means
tell me how you came to Krishna consciousness. On your own you came, or somebody inspired you to come?
really I came, but I was not knowing actually. I just joined a Gita class, and suddenly, so I think there is something is like behind of this. So I just want who demigods or Paramatma who inspired me. Like
Okay, this we can see in different ways. Even while going to demigods, you must have developed some desire to understand who they are actually, who the Lord Vishnu is, who the demigods are, who am I, what is the relationship between all these things. Those kind of thoughts might have been there in your heart. So Paramatma has provided a facility that you can come for a 6-session course, and in that 6-session course, one of the devotee has given more understanding, which inspired you to practice bhakti eventually.
yeah, it was like that. So I just wanted
Yeah.
who. So maybe it was my wish, inner wish to know about Hari and Vishnu. Okay.
Yeah. So you might have had symptoms of jignasu. You might want to know about all these things more in detail. More details about who the devatas are, who the Lord Vishnu is. So that desire has brought you to here. In that way we can see.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Ah.
Prabhuji, as we know, Brahmaji and Indra also are the devotees of Krishna.
Yes.
So if we approach them also with this mentality, they can also give us bhakti and shraddha.
Yes, they can give. Brahma is our acharya, na? We are in Brahma Sampradaya.
Yes, that's
we are
right.
reading Bhagavatam. In Bhagavatam, Brahma speaks at many places about bhakti. That is actually we are hearing from Brahmaji only. Even many places Indra also offers prayers to Lord Vishnu. So those prayers are also like Indra is teaching us bhakti.
Yes. Even in that Leela also.
Yeah. So in that way.
Shuddha Sattvam Tabdham Shantam.
Yeah. Then
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, as I said that Krishna in
little louder.
Krishna in the form of Paramatma gives us faith for anything we desire to worship.
Hmm.
So what about the people who actually become more fanatic in their
Hmm.
practice? So that fanatism is also means coming from Paramatma, or it is something else?
No, fanatism can be seen as like, if you remember in Nectar of Instruction, we were discussing about this one. What was that? That rigidity and rules, rigidity and performance of the rules.
Niyamagra.
Niyamagraha. Yeah. So they become so rigid on these rules. They are like smartas. Even now also smartas are very particular about what to do and how to do. If you bring one smarta brahmana to our ISKCON temples, they will find so many mistakes in our way of worship. They say this is not done like this should not like this, should not be like this. So because they are attached to following so and so rules and regulations, so that kind of tendency can be seen.
So from where does this tendency comes of not following the?
No, the tendency is basically because that's how they are grown up. They were taught from their very childhood by their parents, like you should follow this very strictly, very strictly. If 100 times if they are tell like that, you follow it, na? Their parents told them like that, so they follow it.
So it is not coming from that. It's not coming from Paramatma.
See, Paramatma does not tell unless until we ask, we seek from Paramatma. Generally, whatever we do, mostly we cultivate ourselves. And whenever we seek that kind of knowledge, Paramatma will help us in that sense. So don't blame Paramatma for everything. We should take responsibility ourselves for those mistakes we commit. It is basically our own nature that we have cultivated from our childhood or from our previous lifetimes, that we have become attached to follow such kind of rules and regulations. That not necessarily Paramatma inspires. That is actually we want to be like that. That's why we are following those such kind of rigid rules. It is our own willingness. So actually we are actually reached almost 12 o'clock. A few more verses to do. So let us see what actually next. Then Arjuna asks a question. Then who actually giving them the results? The Devatas are giving the results. Who is actually giving the results?
I have one more question, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji, tell me.
Prabhuji, we have told like that ki this Vishwarups is there, each and every limb is one of demigod. So if somebody is worshipping some demigod, just like he is worshipping head, means Brahmaji, so he is the head of the supreme this Supreme Lord. So it is indirectly worshipping the Supreme Lord only. Likewise, the Brahmanas are coming from head, Kshatriyas also. So how to understand that this is not a proper way to worship this demigod?
Abhi idhar proper way describe kiya na. See, when you don't know anything about Lord Vishnu, then you can worship Brahmanas to be head, Kshatriyas to be hands, Vaishyas to be belly. But you have all the information here, na. Still, why you want to stay there only in the nursery only? Grow up, na. Do first class, second class, third class, do intermediate, degree, and post graduation.
No, my question is that those who are demigod worshipper, if they worship this Brahma, Vishnu, Brahma, or all the demigods, but these all are the different links of the Supreme Lord. So
that's
they
what
are
I'm telling.
indirectly worshipping.
See, that means if you know Brahma to be the intelligence of Lord Vishnu, that means you also know who is Lord Vishnu.
Yes, yes.
Then still why you want to worship Devatas? Worship Lord Vishnu directly, na? Instead of worshipping the intelligence alone, instead of worshipping the hands, instead of worshipping the legs, worship the whole form, worship the whole personality.
But a lot of people, they are not ready to understand. So what should do? Can you say these people, let us be worship like that only, and then it is only part of the Lord's this universal form, so it will be good for you also. You can say that.
That's why Lord Krishna says they are Hrutajnana. Their intelligence has been covered by their knowledge about the Devatas. Because they are interested in fulfilling their desires. They are not coming out of that circle. Because they are interested in fulfilling their desire, that's why they are worshipping Brahma. That's why they are worshipping Surya. That's why they are worshipping Lord Shiva. Bhakti is not just to fulfill the desires. It is much more than that. So we'll see this. Last verse is the kind of conclusion. Afterwards we'll discuss.
Okay.
सातया श्रद्धया युक्तः तस्याराधनमीहते लभते च तथा कामान् मयैवा विहितानि तान्.
Entered with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actually, these benefits are bestowed by me alone.
So here Lord Krishna says that Sataya Shraddhaya Yukta. Whatever Shraddha have given them as Paramatma, with that Shraddha, Tasya Aradhana Miyate. They worship their desired Devata, their Ishta Devata. Whichever Devata they want to worship, they worship. Labate cha tata kaman. Eventually, their desires are fulfilled by those Devatas. Mayaiva Vitanme. Actually, I only tell the Devatas to fulfill the desires of their devotees. The Devatas don't have any capacity to fulfill the desires of their own devotees, their own followers. It is actually I who give them the fulfillment of their desires through the medium of Devatas. Here Lord Krishna says, that person endowed with that faith performs worship of the Devata. He obtains the results of that worship from the worship of that particular Devata. The Devata cannot fulfill those desires, but I fulfill out of my mercy, because the Devatas arise from my limbs only. So Lord says that, okay, this person anyway, they don't have proper knowledge, he is worshipping Indra, but by anyway, whatever it is actually worshipping my hands, let me fulfill his desires. Like that, Lord Vishnu fulfills the desires of the Devata worshippers. Then he says that even though such a worshipper does not have proper knowledge that the Devata arises from me, I give him the results, since I consider that such faith in the Devata is indirectly faith in my form only. It is Lord's greatness that though the people are not interested in worshipping Lord Vishnu, but Lord Vishnu sees that, okay, no problem, they are worshipping Devatas. The Devatas are my body limbs only. Let me fulfill their desires. Because Lord Vishnu is the maintainer of all of us, is the maintainer of entire universe. So Lord Vishnu fulfills our desires, even though if we surrender to Devatas. That is his greatness, not our greatness. Then Arjuna says, but then you give the devotees of the Devata temporary results, whereas you give your devotees permanent results. Here basically Arjuna is saying that you just fulfill the desires of Devata worshippers, but even though your devotees, when they come to you, Artho, Arthartha, Jignasu, you take them to Vaikunta, you give them permanent result. It is unjust for you to do that. Since you are the Supreme Lord, you are the Lord of everyone, you are the Lord of your devotees, you are also the Lord of the Devata worshippers. So you are showing discrimination to your own devotees and also discrimination to the Devata worshippers. It is not good on your part. Then Lord says, no, it is not unjust. I am doing the needful. Well, Arjuna says, well, if the Devatas are your bodies, then worshipping them should yield the same result as worshipping you directly. This is the next question asked by Arjuna. Then Krishna says, Antavantu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasam devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Someone read the translation.
Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary to the planets of demigods. But my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet.
Yeah. This is how now Lord Krishna actually tells that Antavantu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasam. The people who only worship the Devatas are called alpamedasam, less intelligent. They don't understand that Devatas are temporary and their blessings are also temporary.
That's guess.
So that's what Lord Krishna is
Yes,
indicating
I
here.
think.
Those who
Siddhartha?
worship me with material desires become liberated by the power of their devotion to me. But those who worship the devatas, not as my body, because of desires for immediate happiness, continue to take birth. So this is how Lord Krishna kind of giving a conclusion. When the people worship devatas, without the knowledge that the devatas are different body limbs of Lord Vishnu, they only get the fulfillment of their desires. But they don't go to Vaikuntha. The devatas are temporary, their devotees and the results of their worship are also temporary. But the Lord is eternal, therefore, his devotees, their bhakti, and all their results are eternal. Those who worship the devatas attain the devatas. Those who worship me attain me. It is very logical that one attains what one worships. Ye yatamam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamiham. Whatever we worship, that is what we get. So this is how Lord Krishna gives a complete conclusion about what the Devata worshippers will get, what my worshippers will get, even though if they have so many material desires. So that's how Lord Krishna gives a complete understanding about the contrary between the Devata worshippers and his own worshippers, even if they worship with material desires.